Avengers Assemble! Today we were looking at the Hasbro Iron Man 2 3 3/4 inch figures. This is the Mark 6 Iron Man. Finally to the end of the line with all these Iron Man figures. And unfortunately we basically got a repaint of the Mark 4 with a differently sculpted chest. But still, it is the more iconic Iron Man from the movie. And from what I've seen, this armor is used in Avengers. So it'll kind of bridge the movies, unlike the Mark III and Mark IV armor. So let's take a closer look at Tony Stark's latest armor design. He's got his stand, and I realize in most of these videos outside of the Mark I, I've pretty much skimmed over the stand, and it's not much to talk about. It's got the card holder, the peg, the plate with the name where there's nothing on there. But I have to be honest, I like that these are pack-ins. I like that we get a stand for all the figures. Some of them have trouble standing up, some of them don't. It's always nice to have the option to have a stand. And even if you don't like the design, I think you could always cut off this card piece if you wanted. It's not very thick plastic. You could probably just take an X-Acto blade, just cut that right off. You could probably trim it down even further if you really wanted to. But it is nice that we got a pack-in that was actually worth something. So I want to just give a little moment of praise to the stands themselves. And I don't care about the cards. I'll say good things about the stands. The cards are really, whatever. I've almost would have rather had a single piece that had this picture on it to go behind the thing, almost like a hologram or something of the figure. That actually would have been really cool if they did the holographic outline of the character and put it on the back of the stand. To almost show, like, kind of how it would be in Stark's lab. You have the design for the armor, and then you have the armor itself. And I hate that they put the accessories on the card. It's so stupid. Same as us, 3 parts, put it all together, blah, blah, blah. We're reviewing another Iron Man figure. You know what that means? A ridiculous, stupid missile launcher. Yay! Okay, this one's got all 3 colors of Iron Man. It's got the red, the silver, and the gold, which matches the Mark 6 armor. It's got this big, stupid missile. Blam. On to the figure itself. As I said before, it is basically a repaint of the Mark IV armor, but it is cool looking. Now, maybe you have this figure, maybe you're looking at yours and then looking at mine and saying, hey, mine doesn't look like that. It's because this armor got repainted. Originally, upon release, there was a version that I don't think had any of the silver accents in it, or had them in wrong places or something. But later on it was repainted to a movie-accurate version, which is this one. So, if you got the other one, you kind of got hosed. Still got good detail in it. As I said before, the Mark IV armor design, I guess here the Mark VI, shines through the paint a lot better than the Mark III did. It looks pretty darn nice. I like the silver accents. They do bring out a lot in the figure. Gives it a nice breakup of all the monotonous color. The triangle arc reactor is cool looking. I like the paint job on it, as well as the eyes and the mask. It's well done. It's got the same shoulder pads as the Mark IV, the reactor in his hand there. All the details down to the bottom of the feet, the knees, even kind of different looking metal in the back of the knees. He's a cool figure. I mean, we've gotten this whole thing all over again before, and a billion different times. The Mark II and III armor and even the Mark V weren't all that different, so we've kind of had this a lot of times. But it's still really cool to have the full hull of armor. And looking at this guy, knowing that this is the end of the Iron Man itself as far as this time goes, I guess I am excited in picking up whatever comes out with the Avengers series, the new armor, the Mark 7 with the big bulky shoulders. Very interested to check that one out. For articulation, it's got the ball-jointed head, same issue as the Mark IV, unable to really go back at all, leaving him looking perpetually slightly down. It's got the pin socket shoulders with the semi-hinged armor cover up here, so you can get a pretty good range of motion out of them. You can bend and rotate at the elbow, rotate at the wrist, ball jointed mid-torso, standard movie ball leg things where you have to rotate them awkwardly, swivel at the upper leg, bend at the knee in 2 places, and bend and rotate at the foot. All in all, I'd probably say this is my 3rd favorite of all the plain old movie Iron Men we got. I think at the end of the day I would probably rank it the Mark I as number 1, the Mark II as number 2, and this guy is number 3. I like them all for different reasons. There's not one that's built superior to the others really, they're just different levels of coolness. But I really do like the Mark 6. His articulation's good, the sculpt is good, the paint's good. especially if you have the revised version like this guy here. And I'm going to recommend him for sure. From the trailers, it does appear that he's wearing this armor in Avengers, unless they're going to pull a switcheroo on us and this becomes the Mark 7, which is the Mark 6 with mild detail changes. But I think they've officially declared the one with the shoulder pads as the Mark 7. So this is the first real carryover into the Avengers movie, and I gotta say I'm excited. So definitely recommending this guy. He shouldn't be too hard to go pick up if you want him, so hunt him down. He's a cool figure. This has been another Outside the Box review, and stay tuned as we continue to count down to Avengers.